Hey everybody, welcome back. Hope you had a good day today. It was a good day for me. As you seen from my video earlier, I went out earlier this morning and picked something up, and I wore it today. A Club de Nuit Urban Man Elixir. Um, when I first heard the name, I thought like everybody else, it's gonna be a Sauvage Elixir clone, and it's not. It's, I guess, technically a Sauvage clone, but we'll get into that. This is going to be a day with and a little bit longer because I want to talk about this for a bit. So grab some popcorn, enjoy. So yeah, anyway, I hope you had a great day. I don't know if I already said that, but I really do. um, as a story from earlier this morning, I went online, checking out the socials. I went on the marketplace, and there was a guy locally, which really surprised me locally that somebody would have this, and let alone selling it. So I bought it for $50, which some of you might think is a lot of money for it, but it's really not, because on average it's about $64 to $65 online, and that's not even including shipping if you have to pay shipping. So not bad deal at all, as far as I'm concerned. I'm more than pleased with my purchase. So how did I apply it? One in my moisturizer, one on the back of the neck, tank top on, one on the tank top area, chest area, so kind of a half on the shirt, half on the chest, and just like a half a squirt. I tried my best in each crink of the elbow, and that was more than enough. This is a strong scent. And you'd expect it to be if it's cloning Sauvage. If you're going to clone a strong scent like Sauvage, then you might as well have the performance too, right? Why not? So yeah, so it's a strong scent. The performance, really good, really projection, pretty much beast. Way out there for a solid couple hours, and then it takes an hour or so to come in and gives you a bubble for about 4 or 5 hours. About 3 hours. Then it kind of gets a little closer for about an hour, hour and a half, and then it kind of becomes a detectable skin scent for an hour. And I'm still at that point. I haven't reached it not being a detectable skin scent yet. But I put it on around 10, and it's a little after 6 right now, so it's been 8 hours, which is a solid day for most people. So it's probably going to go, that skin scent, probably a few more hours, to tell you the truth. But you can reapply after about 7-8 hours. Reapply it. Definitely after 8, reapply it. That's the performance. Just great. Definitely worth $50. The smell. Now here's where some people might be a little confused. Is it a Ventus? Is it Sauvage? Is it a Ventus mixed with Sauvage? Is it just Sauvage with a twist? Is it just a Ventus with a twist? It's all of that. It's all of that. To me, it's more Sauvage-esque, and I'll get into that in a minute, than it is a Ventus. A Ventus. No, a Ventus. But where it really represents a Ventus mostly is in the opening, the first 45 minutes to an hour. You've got this sweet, again, not bubblegummy sweet, not overly sweet, just a sweet citrus pineapple-esque. It's not quite pineapple, but it's not quite bergamot or lemon either. It's like a bit of both. So a citrus slash pineapple-esque, sweet citrus slash pineapple-esque vibe that pretty much lasts a few hours, but really, really prominent in the first 45 minutes to an hour. That's the main, with this juicy, slightly tart black currant vibe, berry vibe, which is extremely nice, with an undertone of Aventus or Sauvage, lavender and ambroxan. Now, about an hour in, that lavender and ambroxan start to take over a bit, pushing the the pineapple-y kind of vibe to the background, and it starts to be the main dominant. But that, like I said, that pineapple vibe is still there for a solid couple hours after that. It's just not the main player in the game. Now it's the lavender and the ambroxan. And that's pretty much right to the end where I'm at right now, and I'm starting to smell more of a... There's no vanilla, I don't think, listed in this scent. I had a quick look at the notes, but it's a vanilla-esque vibe with some woody kind of, you know, probably a patchouli of some sort, some kind of wood with vanilla, and it still has that. I'm not joking. This is 8 hours later. I'm not gonna have to dig. It still has that hints of that fresh lemon or pineapple sweetness from the top on it still, with the lavender and the ambroxan is still there. But I said, Jesus, this is a long-lasting scent. Right now, it's been on about 8, maybe 8.5 hours, and it's a skin scent, like I said, but it's detectable. It's not hard to discern. You don't even have to be, like, I can get it rated from about a decent amount from about 2 inches away still. And I've been wearing it all day, so somebody who hasn't been smelling it all day off of themselves would probably have to pick it up a good 6 or 7 inches away, if not a little more. So it's still working, and it's pretty much 8, if not a little more hours into the scent. I just thought I'd come back, because after 8 hours, to me, that's a perfect scent. Like not a perfect scent, but a perfect performer. You know, I get a full work day out of it. That's great. Like I said, it's probably going to be a 10-hour scent type deal before, but you could reapply right about now. Especially if you really like that opening, you reapply it. Go light on the trigger. It's not a light scent. As a matter of fact, does it perform like Sauvage? More like Sauvage EDP in its performance. It's a little softer than the EDT. It doesn't quite project as much as the EDT. But I wouldn't call this a Sauvage clone, and here's the kicker. I know a lot of people do. This is more similar to my nose to a combination of Aventus or Club de Nuit Intense Man, whatever one you want, or whatever dupe you want to throw in there, and not Sauvage. Not Sauvage EDT, EDP, definitely not Elixir. More of a Prada Luna Rosa Carbon. And why do I say that? Well, Carbon and Sauvage smell pretty damn close. This acts more like Carbon does than Sauvage. It's softer. Sauvage is very abrasive, in your face, spiky, loud off the top, and for a good majority of the scent. And so is the EDT, the EDP, whatever. It's very and heavy on the ambroxan, like more ambroxan than anything else. Where this, the ambroxan, there's a lot there, but it doesn't overpower the lavender. The lavender in this and the ambroxan kind of are at a 50-50, and that's kind of what you get with Carbon. It's smoother, a little more well-defined than Sauvage. And I love Sauvage. I'm not bad-mouthing Sauvage. I fucking love Sauvage. You guys know that. But I think I like this better. I like it better than Carbon, because Carbon was literally just, to my nose, a smoothed out version of Sauvage, which is fine. I just like Sauvage better. But I think I like this better than Sauvage or Carbon. But when I get back to the Carbon thing too, the lavender in this, it's more similar, used more like the lavender in a Prada fragrance. It's a cleaner lavender, not as powdery. There's a bit of powderiness to it. Lavender, no matter what, it's going to have a bit of powderiness to it. But it's not a powdery scent. It's not super floral. It's just that clean. I almost pick up hints and wafts of almost an ivory soap, if that makes sense, from that lavender. And like I do with most Prada fragrances, the type of lavender that they use. So yeah, that's kind of what it is, guys. To me, it's more of a Club de Nuit Intense Man mixed with Prada Luna Rosa Carbon than it is Aventus mixed with Sauvage. But there's those two are so close that, you know, at this point I'm splitting hairs, honestly. But I would say if you like Sauvage or Prada Luda Rosa Carbon, and if you like Aventus or Club de Nuit Intense Man or one of its 18,000 other dupes, give this a try. Is it worth the $65, $70 you might have to spend? Yeah, I don't normally say that, but it is, especially if you like those scents. Because together, this is a unique scent. And it smells incredible. I never got any compliments on it because I honestly didn't go anywhere but to Mom's for a barbecue. So, but it's going to get you compliments. I mean, Jesus, it's Sauvage. It's Aventus. It's going to get you compliments. It does what it does. That's what they're known for. In performance-wise, again, hearsay conjecture. I haven't had a new batch of Aventus in, it's got to be 4 years. And the last batch I had performed okay. Not as good as this, honestly. And for that price, this is what you want, not 5 or 6 hours. And perform better than Sauvage. Ugh. It projects better than the EDP, but not the EDT. And it lasts longer than the EDT, but not the EDP. But again, I'm splitting hairs here because it's just so close. So performance-wise, it's on par with, I'd say, pretty much any of the Sauvages. Beats the crap out of most of, again, hearsay conjecture, I don't know for sure, but most of the newer Aventus batch codes in at least the last 4 years. And together it just smells, well, not unique, but definitely different. So it's definitely worth a go. Anyway, guys, I've rambled on long enough for it. Get it if you can at a decent price, even at the $60, $65 range. As far as I'm concerned, it's worth it. But if you can wait, you know, another 6 months, maybe a year, you'll probably pick it up for about $40 online. But if you can get it for anything less than 50 or under, definitely just grab it. It's worth it. All right, guys. Peace, love, be good to each other.